Hi ladies! Okay, so today I'm going to do my labour and delivery stories, and I cannot believe how different they were. I've had two children, Harry and Charlie, and literally completely different. So let's start at the beginning. Harry. I went into labour kind of naturally. I had a sweep at 10 days overdue, and then like about a day later I went into labour kind of spontaneously. I was labouring at home for a lot of it, and then by the time I got to hospital, I was like 6 centimetres already, so I can't believe how well I did. But I was starting to like flake out a bit by the end because you know, like when you're at home and there's like not much pain relief other than like paracetamol. So yeah, we got to hospital at around midnight on the 27th of May. I literally got to hospital and I'd had like 3 contractions in the car. I was like, oh my god, I need some pain relief. So got there, checked me over. I was 6 centimetres, and I was like, oh my god, because for a first baby, like I was expecting to be like, oh, you're 2 centimetres, go home. So when I was 6 centimetres, I was like, oh my god, no way, I can do this. So then they ran the pool for me, and I got in, and that was lovely. That was so nice. If ever you want kind of like a natural labour, go with a water pool because it's so nice. It's literally like having a bath, but like a massive one. So yeah, I will insert actually a picture of me in the pool right here. It was amazing, and I laboured literally like textbook. So midnight I was 6 centimetres, and by 4 o'clock in the morning I'd had him. So that's like an hour a centimetre, right? So that's amazing. So when it came to pushing, I delivered him in the pool myself. So my contractions got closer and closer and closer together. But it was really like relaxed. You know, I had my gas and air, I had my water, I had my lip seal. Matt was there with me, like breathing with me. It was really, really nice. It was so relaxed. My whole entire labour with Harry, my first child, was about 7.5 hours altogether. And then as I came to push him out, it was quite a lot of pain. As the head was coming out, it was like, oh my god, I was literally yelling. Like, oh my god, my vagina's burning, my vagina's burning. And everyone was laughing. It was really funny, apart from I didn't find it funny at the time. But yeah, so I went to push and it was kind of painful. So I got out of the pool and she checked me and she broke my waters and she said, you're so nearly there, you're like 9.5 centimetres. Just like keep going for a little bit longer and then you will be fully, keep going for a little bit longer and you'll be 10 centimetres and you'll be able to push. So I got back in the pool, I was relaxed, and then I started pushing. His head started to crown and it was like a burning pain, and then his head came out, and then like with the next contraction I pushed and the rest of him came out, and I picked him up and I was rubbing his back and I was like, oh my god. Get Charlie, he's just had his nap. So yeah, with Harry's contractions, when I was in labour with him, they were kind of very steady. So every kind of 2 minutes I'd have another one, 2 minutes I'd have another one. At one point I hyperventilated on the gas and air because I had like 2 back to back. But other than that, it was like a very, very good labour. I was very, very lucky. However, with Charlie's labour, this pickle here, it was a completely different story. So I was induced. Basically, I had the worst hemorrhoids in the world. Just going to say that. And she gave me a sweep at 39 weeks, and I then had my waters go like spontaneously by themselves. Actually, when I was picking up Harry from school, so that was really funny because I was like waddling, and I'd like Matt's coat like down by my bum, like lower down, so luckily like no one saw. Oh no, sick. I had my waters go and it was really funny. I rung Matt at work and I was like, Matt, my waters have gone, and he was like, yay! Because like it had been going on for so long. Like my pregnancy with him literally felt like it lasted about 365 days. So So yeah, so my warts went, and I rung the number, and we went to hospital, and they basically were like, oh, okay, your warts have gone, go home. And I was like, what? And they were like, well, you're not contracting, so we give you 24 hours to go into labour, and then you literally get induced. And I was like, oh no, because I really didn't want to be induced. So although I'd never been induced before, I never knew what it was like. Had I got the choice, I probably would not have wanted to be induced because it was a lot more painful. So anyway, I went home, I had a walk, did nothing. So the next day I had to go back, and I went into the ward, sat on the bed, and they said, right, we're going to give you a pessary, which is like a tiny little paracetamol tablet. And we're going to put it in your cervix and give you a sweep, and then hopefully that will trigger off labour. So they were monitoring me. They did that, and then within about half an hour I was starting to contract, but they were like every 10 minutes. So it was like, oh, I think I've got a pain. Oh no, it's gone. Oh, I think I've got a pain. Oh no, it's gone. But it was completely different because with Harry's labour, I had a show. There was just so much of this like mucousy red kind of gunk. But with Charlie, because I got induced, like my body was not even ready for it really. It was kind of a bit kind of premature. But anyway, so I was about 39 plus 4 days, I think, with him. Say hiya, or something like that. And he, yeah, so they were monitoring me, checking his heart rate, and then they took me off the monitor and I was able to walk. So I went like up and down the stairs in the hospital, and that was really nice. But then my contractions suddenly went, like in about an hour, space of an hour, they went from like 10 minutes to like 2 minutes apart, or like 1.5 minutes apart, and they were intense, and it was like bang, bang, bang. I was like, oh my god, this is so painful. I got in the bath, that didn't help. I'll actually insert a video of me in the bath right here. I feel like my body's like pushing him out, you know. And I was like in a lot of pain, and I asked her to take some paracetamol, and she said that was fine, so I took some paracetamol. But they were just so intense. Like with Harry's labour, it was like every, 2 to 3 minutes, just, it was, the contraction would come up like this, it would peak, and then it would go back down. With Charlie's labour, it was like contractions, it was like, here's a contraction, now it's gone, here's a contraction, now it's gone. It was just so intense. And if any of you are having to be induced, be prepared that it's going to be a little bit more painful than normal. So not to scare you at all, but it will make the contractions come on a lot stronger, which can be kind of frightening, but I didn't know that. So if I'd have known that, then maybe it wouldn't have been so bad. But anyway, so after that, I was like really panicking, and I was like, oh my god, these are coming too strong, I can't cope. And I was like rocking around on the bed like this, like, oh my god, I can't cope, and they ended up moving me to a labour ward because I was so noisy. And then they gave me some gas and air, but before that they checked me and I was like 2 centimetres, and then an hour later I was 4 centimetres, and I was crying, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not dilating, this is awful, I can't do this, get me an epidural, I can't do this. And they were like, oh, we'll just go and get the person to do the epidural. Oh, I'm sorry, he's in theatre, and just got hungry. What are you doing? Come on. Okay, so then after that, I was really panicking, I was in so much pain. I was like saying I can't do it. They were saying, oh, I'm sorry, the anaesthesiologist person's in theatre, and I was like, oh my god, like, you're lying to me, like, stop lying to me, this is awful. And I was so distressed, and I went from 4 centimetres to fully dilated in 1 hour. And then I started to push, and what happened? Yeah, I started to push, and he was literally out in about 3 contractions, whereas with Harry, I pushed for about 3/4 of an hour, so that's the difference. All in all, I'd say Harry's labour was easier, but Charlie's labour was quicker. His was only 4 hours long. Come on then. Whereas Harry's labour was like 7.5 hours. So yeah, it was really, really intense. And I will insert the footage of him being born right here.
You were.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
I want loads of skin to skin for him.
He's got skin to skin. He's with you there, look. Oh, yeah, if we check, see if he's a boy.
He's a boy.
Yeah, he's a boy.
You've been looked, have you? Oh, look at him. He's lovely.
Are you okay? He's a floppy. Why is he floppy?
No, he's not floppy.
He's
He's
not.
just been born.
So yeah, it was a pretty emotional time. I was in a lot of pain afterwards. They say the more babies you have, the worse the cramps are afterwards. When I had Harry, I had no idea that these cramps were going to come. Just like your womb contracting back to the like original size. With Charlie, it was a lot stronger, and I had to get Matt to go to Tesco and grab like these like heat packs so I could like stick them on my skin to like to stop it hurting. So yeah, that is my 2 stories. Again, completely different. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I'm trying to nurse this one, but he is just staring at me and smiling. I don't know why they do that. They're so naughty. Yes, you are. So yeah, if you've got any questions, leave them down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, laddies.